Hi, and welcome to this episode of Little Sprout Speech TV. Grab your pen and paper because today Lily and I are here and we actually picked a what would Hallie do question to answer on this week's episode. So Munifa asked, when should I tell my 9-year-old high-functioning child, her daughter with autism, that she has autism? Monifa, that's a great question. And actually, I don't know if you've ever watched the show Parenthood, but I remember an episode where the family struggled with this and their son Max. And I thought that it was handled really well in the episode. So if that's a show that you've ever watched or never watched, it's something to check out. But I digress. So I'm going to give you I'm going to answer your question through 3 tips. Tip number 1 is generally, I tell parents, if your child is asking questions, maybe they know something is different or, between them and their friends or peers, or they're just asking questions that make you think, it might be time. It's time. So that's one way that you might know is if they're asking questions. So that's tip number 1 is if they're asking questions, go ahead and tell them. I'll also add that if your child is high functioning and very verbal and you think it's a conversation that she'll understand at this age, which I think she will at 9 if she's high functioning, then it's an okay time to bring it up even if she's not asking questions, because chances are she's going to start noticing differences between herself and others. And that takes us into tip number 2, which is to highlight those differences, but you want to structure it by saying, first focus on what she's really good at and what she excels at, and then point out what she struggles with as well. So you might say to her, well, you're really great at math and, science, or you're really great at reading, but, it's a little harder when you want to play with your friends to, share with them or to talk to friends or to make friends or, whatever it is that she might be struggling with. So always start with the positive and what they're really good at, what they really, really excel at. But just be very forward with them and very honest about what their strengths are and what their challenges are, because they'll be able to have that conversation with you if they're high functioning at 9 years old. It'll be pretty amazing as well. To have that conversation with her. Tip number 3 is I actually want to give you a resource. I want you to go check out AsperKids, AsperKids.com. Jennifer O'Toole is fabulous. This is her website, and I got to see her speak live with Temple Grandin. It must have been a year and a half ago. She's fabulous. Her entire family has been diagnosed with Asperger's or high-functioning autism, and started with Asper Girl and then Asper Boy and then Asper Kids. And she has some really fun activities and different things and things that, you can talk to your daughter about that I think, and also things that will help you as a mom understand, how she's feeling, because they do start to understand that there are differences, like I mentioned before. And Jennifer O'Toole does a really fabulous job of speaking to these kiddos and, children like your daughter who are really, really bright children, but who may notice that there are certain struggles and may have a hard time verbalizing that. So check out that website. And if nothing else, I think I have a bunch of her books over here. Where are they? Here we go. Sorry, guys. So here's 2 of her books. One is the Asper Kids Game Plan by Jennifer Cook O'Toole, and another one is the Asper Kids Launchpad, Home Design to Empower Everyday Superheroes. So she's super awesome, Jennifer O'Toole, and I hope you enjoy that resource. Lots of cool things. So let's review our 3 tips. Tip number 1 was, if they're asking questions, now is the time to begin talking to them about it. Or if you just think they can handle the conversation because they're noticing differences, then now's the time. Tip number 2 was to highlight their strengths and then their challenges and be just very honest with them in that conversation. Sorry, I just kicked the camera. And tip number 3 was check out Jennifer O'Toole's AsperKids.com. She's fabulous. You'll love her. I hope you guys have a great day. This is Hallie and Lily signing off. See you guys soon.